Good morning, traders. Today is Friday, the 23rd of April, 2021. My name is Neville Hornsey, market analyst with YouTrading, and today I'm going to be mainly talking about the British pound versus the US dollar, also known as cable, but also looking at the US dollar index, euro pound, and GBP versus the yen. I've got here the daily British pound versus US dollar. The red and blue EMAs are 50 and the 200, and you can see that we're in a strong bullish trend according to them. We've also pulled back to the 50, found support, and we broke the swing high of the 6th of April recently. So at the beginning of this week, I believe, we broke that swing high, having taken out the sort of swept the lows of the 24th of March, 25th of March, back on the 9th of April. So this was a bit of a compression, this is an expansion. This could be the continuation of the trend. So I am expecting to see prices in the British pound versus US dollar go higher. If we look to the sentiment indicator on Active Trader, then that is showing that 53% of traders agree with me, but essentially the retail traders are balanced in their views on the British pound versus US dollar. If we go to the hourly time frame, I've marked up a range here between 1.37 and the big figure 1.4, and that is 300 pips range, which has been tested to the downside a couple of times. Now we've got this double bottom spanning from the sort of beginning, the end of March, to the beginning of April. And then we tested the top of the range and we took out the sort of liquidity above this double top. And then we pull back to the middle. So you can see that 1.38, exactly where we are now, is pretty much the 50% of this impulsive move, and also sort of in the middle of the range. So if we then look to where we are in terms of support and resistance, we had this little balance area here, 61.8% of the impulsive move that you can see from this low to this high, and we found support. So 1.38 is being defended, and now we're looking to see if we can get above this sort of range here, and then obviously attack the stops here, and you'll see an acceleration above 1.395 to the sort of bigger level above. So that looks bullish. Daily looks bullish, so we're looking for buy signals. Dollar index is looking bearish, so that would help with our thesis of long bullish British pound versus US dollar. So we do need to see these sort of 4 hourly lows get taken out. We took out this sort of double bottom here from the March 11th and 18th. And if we extend that to the right, you can see that acted as resistance, having been support, which was broken at the beginning of this week. So I do believe we found the sort of ceiling, if you like, on near-term dollar sort of appreciation, and we're now looking for some sort of move to the downside. That would be first target, so around 90.6, and then if we were to get a big flush, then that would be down to, well, below the 90 level, even down to the 89.6. So that's the targets should we get a continuation to the downside now on the dollar, which means we should expect British pound to go higher. Last night we did have a little bit of data out of Japan. Nothing really happened on the pound versus the yen, sort of just consolidating. If we were to take out the low from this morning, this 4 hourly candle started at like midnight today, then yeah, we could get a test down to this sort of demand level here. But it does look like we had some sort of compression in prices, an expansion of that range, and now we're looking for a trend. And if the pound can appreciate, then I expect this to actually trend higher and then take out the swing high from the 6th of April. The markets do move towards the yen in times of uncertainty, and last night the President Biden released his plans for raising taxes against corporations, and the equity markets did not like that. So the risk on move became risk off, and that generally moves people towards the yen. But we haven't really seen that transpire in the British pound versus the yen yet. Also looking at the euro versus the pound, it's been in a bit of a downturn since the beginning of, definitely from the beginning of 2021, end of 2020. Big downtrend all the way down to the lows of the 5th of April. Then they've taken out a swing high, come back to test it, and it does look like it wants to go higher. But if the British pound versus the US dollar is going to go higher, we expect the euro pound to come lower. They generally trade inverse to each other. And this swing low here, which was taken out back on the 20th of April, so a couple of days ago, as long as we stay below this swing high, and essentially this sort of blue zone that I've marked up, then I expect prices to accelerate to the downside, especially because we've got this sort of vacuum of prices here, just sort of almost floated up with no pause at all. We found support at this little range here, and now I'm looking to see essentially this to just collapse lower. But price needs to prove to me that it wants to do that. This is definitely a good leg up. And then, if they were to break above, retest and then continue higher, then this British pound should actually be coming lower. So something to look out for. A little bit mixed sort of views on the euro pound, sort of confusing this. So we are looking for evidence that we can get higher highs and higher lows in the British pound before initiating any trades to the upside. But fingers crossed that all pans out today. We've got decent data coming out today. So we've got PMIs for the UK. That might help. We had decent retail sales today. So that should help the British pound. And then depending on how well the US dollar reacts to the sort of services market and manufacturing PMI data today, will sort of determine how this ends the week. Okay, I hope that was interesting, and good luck with your trading, and I'll speak to you next week. All right, take care.